Hello, welcome back to Hunter Tune. Today we got something a little different going on. My buddy brought over his 2022 Subaru BRZ, and he wanted to see what kind of power this thing makes and see what, if we can make any more power with it. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot of tuning options with this car yet. I'm sure there's something out there somewhere, but there's not a lot of stuff like readily available to tune these 2022 cars yet. Maybe one day HP Tuners or something will come out with something for these new Subarus. But it is 2022 completely stock. He just put some wheels and tires on it and some lug nuts. But really cool car. He actually let me drive it one of the first days that he got it, and he just brought it by today, and we're just gonna see what kind of power it makes. It has a catback exhaust. I think it's an HKS catback, and we actually did a few dyno runs with it already. We did 3 back-to-back runs just to get a baseline with this thing, and we're gonna see if we can free up some free horsepower. And this is what it's doing currently on my dyno. This is similar to like a DynoJet. This is a Dyno unit, a full inertia dyno. So it's, like I said, the numbers off of this dyno are very similar to like a DynoJet, if you guys want to compare to another unit. So stock with the catback exhaust. I don't think the exhaust really made a whole lot of difference, to be honest, but just catback exhaust. Our best run was 218 horsepower and 181 foot-pounds of torque. And this is what the power curve is looking like. These are all 3 runs overlaid. We did do back-to-back runs, and this thing started losing power pretty fast. 3 horsepower per run as it got hotter. So you guys can see there's also a pretty decent torque dip going on right around 4,000 RPM, a little after 4,000. You can see it comes up, it stands up pretty good, and then it falls off and then catches itself and then maintains a pretty flat torque curve. So this thing actually makes, I mean, this is a pretty solid looking curve for a naturally aspirated boxer motor, I thought. I think they've kind of figured some stuff out as the years have gone on. Before he had this car, he had a Scion FRS, and he did like E85 tune and some other stuff, and maybe we can eventually do some of that stuff to his car as well. But like I said, there's no tuning options. This is direct injection, so I don't know what parts are really out there or anything. But we just wanted to have some fun and see what this thing would do. So like I said, absolute best run of the day is right there. This is 218 horsepower while it was cold, and we now are just cooling the car back off, and we're gonna see if we can we're gonna do a K&N drop-in air filter, and we're also going to be removing, they have like almost like it's like a restrictor foam plate, paper, cardboard junk inside the airbox. So we're gonna show you that right now. So we're gonna see if a K&N drop-in air filter is going to do anything for power. K&N filters are pretty cheap and they're reusable, and you can wash them and clean them, all that kind of stuff, where the factory filter is just a paper element that kind of falls apart, and when it gets dirty, you pretty much just replace it. But this is the airbox lid kind of popped off. Here is the factory filter. Doesn't look to be too dirty. This car has like, I don't know, 4,000 miles on it or something, so I wouldn't expect it to be bad yet. And I don't know if this car is a Toyota or a Subaru. It says it's a Toyobaru, but it is, we're trying to figure that out as we go. But I don't know what you guys think. It's a Toyobaru, and we're just going to try to make some more power with the Toyobaru. So I guess it is a Subaru, and it is a Toyota. So we're going to throw that out, and this, okay, so we just took this little hose clamp off right here and unplugged the mass air meter, and this, I mean, can you guys even see through that? I don't think so. Do you think any vape clouds would go through this? I'm not sure. You can see the mass air meter here, and then through the inside, I mean, literally, I can't even see my hand through that. So that is quite a bit of a restriction, I would think. So we're gonna cut this out. I think we're just gonna take like a side cutter or something, and we're just gonna kind of literally break this out of here. I'm assuming that's what guys do, I think. You know, from all the forums and all the vape shops I stopped at, they all said that that I just need to cut this out and have this wide open. Hopefully it doesn't run too lean, but I think the computer, pretty much any factory computer, is going to compensate up to a certain amount, and if it is compensating too much, we'll get an engine light, and then we'll have to put some more fiberglass back in later. But for now, we're just going to cut it out. So the stock airbox ducts from, it goes through the bumper and then gets fresh air up through the bumper somewhere up here, but then it hits a choke point. Let's cut this out of here, and then we'll pick up with you guys in a minute when we do a couple more dyno runs and we get the K&N air filter installed. So we're just taking a screwdriver on the edge here and peeling up this, I don't even know what to call this, a diaper. And we're just gonna take it out. I have full permission from the owner to do this. He wants me to do this, so. Yeah, no problem. We're just gonna take a screwdriver and try to break this stuff out of here. Go. I mean, realistically, you probably didn't even need an air filter. You could have just ran that, I would assume. So we'll probably just clean all these little hairs out of here with a razor blade or something like that. And then once we get all this stuff cleaned up, we'll pick up with y'all in a second. All right, guys. So we got we got that removed the best we could. There's no like fiberglass or whatever mesh that is gonna be getting in there, so we're just gonna put the stock filter back in and see what kind of difference it makes, and then we'll change to the K&N and see how much just removing the charcoal pad we're gonna see how much just removing the charcoal pad makes a difference, and then we're gonna add the K&N and no charcoal pad. Sorry we couldn't do a test with the K&N and the charcoal pad, but I don't think anybody's going to run that charcoal pad anyway. So we just got it removed. We're going to install it, and then we'll get to the dyno. Alrighty guys, so we ended up removing the charcoal pad, that like fiberglass mesh on the airbox, and surprisingly it actually made quite a bit of difference. Actually not surprising, because you couldn't even see through the thing. So these are the runs, the best run we had stock versus the best run we did with the charcoal pad removed. And you can see that we actually have noticeable gains above 4,500 RPM. So above 4,500, we have a way smoother power curve, and we made more overall power. And some spots, if we zoom in on this section alone, so from like 5,000 to 7,000, you can see a gain here where there was a dip before. We were making 205. and at that same spot we're now making 214, so almost 10 horsepower gain just from removing that in some spots. Some spots the gain was a lot smaller, only 3 horsepower, and then way out at the peak we were making 215 and now are making 222. So for peak to peak numbers, our best stock was 218, and our best with the charcoal pad removed and with the stock air filter is 223. So an overall gain of about 5 horsepower, and in some spots 10 horsepower. So next we're going to remove the stock air filter and we're going to install the K&N and see what the drop-in filter is going to do next with the charcoal pad removed. Wow, the K&N even fits better. Like it wants to go in, where the paper filter was kind of a pain. All right, time to do another test. Alright, so we have the results now from doing the K&N drop-in filter, and surprisingly it didn't really help pretty much at all. We went from, you can see the brown line is the new run with the K&N and the green line is the stock filter. So realistically, if a guy's on a budget, just get rid of that charcoal pad, and you know, maybe a K&N would be nice for somebody that wants a reusable filter, but power-wise, it's not really showing a whole lot of gains. The peak number that we made was actually higher with the stock filter. It made 223.7 with the K&N and 223.8 with the stock filter. So, I mean, you're pulling hairs there. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this was informative and you guys learned something with the 2022 Subaru and the BRZ. It's a great little car. They're really fun. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and like this video if you enjoyed it, thought it was helpful. Yeah, we'll see you later. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. We'll see you later.